You're looking at a live picture from a helicopter over the Hudson River, and as the camera zooms in, you can see the lights that are surrounding what is, we can literally see, it's maybe 50, 60 yards behind us, the tip of one of the wings of this U.S. Airways flight that came down in the Hudson River, and there isn't a person in this city or perhaps in the entire country who isn't saying to themselves this morning, how did all of those people survive? I'm Harry Smith. We're live down in Battery Park, near Battery Park, right at the end of Manhattan. We've got an amazing array of stories for you today. I have a couple of survivors we're going to talk to here in a minute, some rescuers, and we're going to take piece by piece the events of what happened yesterday and really try to digest and understand what it means for more than 150 people to walk away from an emergency landing where an airplane may have been going as fast as 150 miles an hour, no engine power whatsoever, and every single person came out alive. So much to talk about. Julie is back in our studio on 59th Street. Good morning, Julie.
Yeah, good morning, Harry. What an incredible story. The pilot landing that crippled jet in one piece in the Hudson River and everyone getting out safely. Absolutely incredible, Harry.
No question. All right, we'll get back with more with Julie in just a little bit. First, though, right now, we're joined by Jeff Glor. Developments overnight, such a story. We're all almost a little breathless just trying to comprehend exactly what happened back there yesterday.
Absolutely we are. I know you were here on the crash scene soon after it happened.
Yes.
I was actually in the sky in a different plane. And when you first get word that this happened, you think the worst when the plane goes down. Then you realize that everyone here survived. It is still hard to believe. Just after 3:30 p.m. yesterday, still pictures captured passengers standing on top of U.S. Airways Flight 1549's wings, awaiting rescue. At 3:26 p.m., the Airbus A320 took off from New York's LaGuardia Airport, headed for Charlotte, North Carolina. The plane climbed on its normal course, but less than 4 minutes into the flight, the pilot radioed air traffic control and reported a double bird strike.
Less than 2 minutes up in the air, it was a big boom. Everybody smelled smoke.
With both engines dead and all power lost, the pilots still managed to make a sharp turn south as controllers tried routing the plane back to LaGuardia. But with the plane rapidly losing altitude, the pilots steered the plane out over the Hudson River, passing just 900 feet over the George Washington Bridge.
The captain came on and says, "Look, we're going down. Brace for impact."
7 minutes after takeoff, the plane crash landed in the narrow Hudson.
Everyone kind of looked at each other and said some prayers. You know, I said about 5 Our Fathers, 5 Hail Marys, and we hit the water.
As the aircraft began to sink in the river's frigid current, the 5 crew members evacuated all 150 passengers. As ferry boats, members of the Coast Guard and divers came to their rescue.
They did a phenomenal job getting everybody out.
Remarkably, there were no life-threatening injuries.
We were primarily dealing with hypothermia and submersion. There was really no significant serious life-threatening injuries.
Are you okay?
My goodness, and here we are joined this morning by Bill Elkin and Eric Stevenson. Good morning to you both, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Do you comprehend what happened to you yesterday yet?
It's still pretty surreal, frankly. I mean, it's amazing to be sitting here.
Let's do a little of the chronology. Early on, you knew there was a problem. The plane is starting to ascend out of LaGuardia. Normal flight. You all have been on planes plenty of times before. When did you first know, what's up?
I was sitting over the wing on the right side.
Wow.
And I saw this brown mass kind of float by really fast.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there was like a series of thuds. You know, boom, 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 boom.
Kind of shuddering, yeah.
And I knew immediately that was a flock of birds.
Right.
But I thought it would be normal, and the birds would just be ingested and we'd continue.
And go on and either go to the destination or safely land. Did you have the same sensation?
I was sitting in row 18. I couldn't see the wing, but I felt the thud, and it got amazingly quiet on the plane.
Yeah.
I kept waiting for someone to say something. Now that some of the stewardesses were saying stay calm, but we stopped going up pretty instant. I mean, we didn't start
descending,
but we were definitely not going up. I thought we were going to Newark. I thought he was going to go to Newark.
Exactly, same here.
Yeah,
There was a
okay.
burning smell as well.
So you could smell some jet
Yeah,
fuel.
yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like an electrical smell, though.
Like plastic, was it? Like
or
plastic
just
burn,
something, but right away,
Wow,
kind of a
wow,
burning
wow.
smell. So.
All right, so some seconds go by. It's a little quiet. You realize you're no longer ascending. Is there an announcement? Did the flight attendant say, "Hang on, baby, we're getting ready for an emergency landing"? Or do you remember?
Yeah, I only heard one announcement.
There was only one announcement.
And then the pilot came on and basically said, "Brace for impact."
Brace for impact.
Brace for impact.
At that point, I was looking out the window and I could see Manhattan going by, and I can see the water, and I'm thinking, I thought, this is it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and
I don't know what you thought.
You're right over the wing.
right over the wing.
Are you
And
thinking at this point, we're going to survive this? Or are you thinking at this point, I'm not going to, how do I survive this?
it was the most incredible feeling to think that that really could be the end. And I took out a business card and wrote a quick note to my family and shoved it in my pocket because I thought that
If they found your body,
yeah,
then that would be there.
And
Do you
so-
remember what you said?
Yeah, I can show it to you if you want.
While
to.
you bring
Or-
it out, let me ask you. So this thing, what did it feel like as it's hitting the water? Do you have a recollection?
It's been a lot of years since I've been in a car accident, but it was a pretty hard hit. And after we hit, everybody was tough, at least where I was sitting.
Right.
The plane was packed, and it sort of threw us around, I think, maybe to the right, kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
And then it stopped, and I thought, I'm alive. And then everybody was sort of up, and my boss was on the exit row and had his handle on. He was the first one out on one side.
Uh-huh.
And then people were. I thought it was relatively
Was it
orderly.
relatively orderly?
It was.
Yeah.
The biggest terror I had was being next to the wing. I kind of felt us dig in a little bit,
Yeah.
and I thought the plane might cartwheel,
Sure.
and then
Yeah,
we would
I
go
thought like
over.
that.
So
What did you write on your note?
This is to my mom and my sister. I just said, "Mom and Jane, I love you," and then I shoved it in my pocket because I didn't know how much longer we had. So.
The door's open. You're on the water. It's less than 20 degrees outside. You trundle out onto the wings. Are you standing in water at this point?
There was some water lapping up right at the base of the wing because the wing angles up a bit, and people were moving out to the end of the wing.
Yeah.
And at one point, a helicopter came by, and that ended up spraying water onto the wing. And
This
because
guy's
of the
thinking he's doing the right thing.
right?
He's everybody's soaked.
And it's making worse. And then it was freezing, so people
Right.
started slipping because it formed ice on the wing.
Neither of you fell in the water.
No, but my first real fear of terror after being down and thinking I'm alive is by the time I was in the middle seat, when I got to the aisle, the water was already over my ankles.
Oh my Lord.
And I thought,
oh my Lord.
I can't believe I survived that, and now I got to deal with this. But
Sully, this captain, what do you have to say to this guy about how he managed to put this plane down?
I was in the life raft with him at the end, and he was amazingly calm, and I gave him a hug, and I said, "You're my hero."
Absolutely. I mean, the landing actually was smoother than some other ones I've had. So
It was, yeah.
if you can believe that. So it's just amazing.
That is
And
just
the fact that he
incredible.
kept the aircraft not from
flipping
cartwheeling
over.
or flipping
Wow.
over was
Wow.
just
It was
absolutely
amazing.
amazing.
I'll tell you what, there are people around the country who know you and love you. Just to be able to see you on television this morning, alive and well, even with a little bit of a smile on your face, that's no small miracle.
Yeah.
It's no small miracle. Thank you so much for taking the time for coming over here today.
You're welcome.
I'm really glad to see you. Really glad to see you.
We're glad to see you.